Now 5:30, I'm going to call the meeting to order. In terms of roll call, I think we're just missing Commissioner Rand. Okay, so we do have a quorum of the board present. Let's start with a pledge of allegiance to the flag. Okay, as a friendly reminder, if you guys want to speak, you have to hit the button and speak into the microphone, else it doesn't get recorded. We'd like to start off by welcoming two new board members. The first one is Percy Litback, appointed by Mayor Gilman. Welcome. If you could say a few words about yourself.
In a nutshell, married, 4 kids, was president of the Alpharetta High School Sports Association. I always believed that sports play a big role in the development of young adults, and through that process, I also wanted to have the high school very closely tied to the city of Alpharetta, and made my way to the mayor's office. 4 years later, here I am. So it's a pleasure. Thank you.
Hey, thank you. And we'd also like to welcome Board Member Tate Holcomb, appointed by Councilman Driscoll. Do you mind saying a few words?
Hey, everybody. I'm Tate Holcomb. I am from around this area, been here for quite some time. Graduate of Kingsridge Christian School and then Samford University before a quick trip in, stint up in the DC area before moving back here during COVID because DC was not the area to be during COVID. And 6 years later, we haven't left. Have a 3-year-old daughter who is very invested in the fact that I'm here because she is very upset about no yellow slides right now. And she would like me to bring that up to all of you tonight.
All right, thank you. All right, we're going to start with new business, and the first order of business is to have elections here. There's 2 positions, the chair and the vice chair. First, we'll start with the chair, and we're going to open the floor for nominations of chair of the Recreation Board. Any nominations?
Jit, I would like to nominate you to continue as our chair.
Thank you. Anyone else?
I'll second it.
Okay. Any other nominations? Opening the floor for nominations. 1, 2, okay. I guess the nominations declared. Are there any? There's no more nominations. Last second to close the floor for nominations. Going once. All right. Twice gone. I will now call for a vote for Board Member Saha for chair. You guys should have buttons on your screen. You push a button on the screen, and then you have a vote. All right, it passes 8-0. Thank you. All right, the Recreation Board has voted in favor of Board Member Saha as chair for calendar year 2026. The chair will assume the role at the next meeting or work session of the Recreation Board. Second election is for the vice chair role. I'd like to open the floor for nominations for vice chair of the Recreation Board.
I'd like to nominate our dear friend sitting next to me as vice chair, if she would consider.
Okay, nomination for Ms. Pietrita.
I second that.
We have a second. Any other nominations? Going once, twice, gone.
Bold.
I now call for a vote for Board Member Pietrita for vice chair. Carla, you gotta vote yourself. All right, the motion passes 8-0. Thank you. The Recreation Board has voted in favor of Board Member Pietrita as the vice chair for calendar year 2026. The vice chair will assume the role at the next meeting or work session of the Recreation Board. The next item of business is the approval of the meeting minutes from November 11th, 2025. The minutes have been distributed in the agenda packet prior to the meeting for your review. Are there any questions to the minutes or corrections?
I move to approve the minutes written from 11/11/25 Rec Board meeting.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
All right, Commissioner Klein. It's been moved by Board Member Pietrahita and seconded by Board Member Klein that we approve the minutes as written from the November 11, 2025 Recreation Board meeting. I will now call for a vote. The vote passes 8-0. Thank you. And then approval of the minutes for the board work session minutes from October 29th, 2025. As before, the minutes have been distributed in the agenda packet prior to the meeting for your review. Are there any corrections to the minutes? Seeing as none, may I have a motion to approve the minutes?
I will move to approve the minutes as written from the October 29th, 2025 Recreation Board work session.
All right, thank you, Commissioner Klein. Do you have a second?
I second.
All right, Commissioner Beach. It's been moved by Board Member Klein and seconded by Board Member Beach. We approve the minutes as written from October 29, 2025 Recreation Board work session meeting. I will now call for a vote. And it passes 8-0 with one abstain. All right. That's it for the approval of the meeting minutes, and we'll go into staff presentations. And we have Community Agriculture and Sustainability by Miss Amanda. Hello.
How's that? Okay, great. Hi, great to see you all.
Hey.
So I want to just share this. There's many pages. I'm just going to talk about this. And I'm very, very proud of our soil results. We do this every year. This is part of the education that we share with the Cambridge High School Ag Business students. And as you can see, as you're flipping through there are 6 different soil tests that we submitted to the UGA Extension Office. And everything's great. Everything is great, as you'll see on each page. Our pH levels are right where they should be. But I normally don't share this with you. The reason that I'm sharing this with you is because if you flip to the last page and you look on the 4th line down, OM stands for organic matter. I will guarantee you that if you went and did an organic matter test on your soil in your backyard today, you might have 1% organic matter in your lawn, in the grass, in the soil that your grass is growing in. Farmers are elated if they have 6 or 7% organic matter in their soil. When we got this test results back, and ours range, depending on where the test was taken, from 14.37, this is bringing tears to my eyes, you guys, 14% up to 26%. The extension agent from UGA said she's never seen results like this. So they verified the practices that we use out at Old Rucker, and they want to use the farm as another way to show that regenerative agriculture practices and what we do and what we're teaching our community really, really, really works. So we're really, really proud of those results.
Amanda, what do you attribute those double-digit numbers to?
We attribute it to the practices of we don't pull roots out, we leave everything intact. If we're taking plants out, we cut them off at the base, and we let those roots rot right there in place. We let the microorganisms eat all of that, and it's really composting in place. So we're also not tilling that soil. If we need to move the earth a bit to incorporate cover crop, which we do every year on a cycle on every field, then we're using a very shallow, like disc. It's a disc farrow, it's a disc tool that actually goes like this instead of like this. So it moves the soil like that. So I attribute those practices to getting to these results in 8 years. We've just been doing nothing but that. we're very proud of that. And the students could see it. So it was great. Thank you. The ag agent actually came to read these results with the students one morning, and I think had it just been coming from me, the students would have been like, okay. But because it came from somebody from UGA, it really rang home for them. So we're really proud of that.
Thank you. It's awesome.
The other thing I want to share is that we launched our HOA Community and Habitat Support Program this year. I mentioned it before the holidays that we were going to be launching it, and we were hoping to be solidifying that with Windward Community, and we have in fact done that. They have a new community garden in Windward with 48 garden beds there, and 26 of their participants have signed up as part of that program. So that brings our total this year between the people signed up in the HOA program, our flower program, our home growers, and the people that have plots at Old Rucker Farm to over 150 people. That's about a 20% increase over last year. So we're really proud of that as well. Our first vegetable and flower pickup starts at the end of this month. So people will be coming out to the farm to pick up all of their cool crops and cool flowers. Have a whole week to pick them up at their convenience, which is a really nice way to do it so everybody doesn't have to just come out on one Saturday. So those will be out. And right now, those plants are in our new greenhouse. So the greenhouse is up and running. We have electricity in there. We have fans. And we have just been moving all of our cold weather crops that are going to be distributed at the end of this month out into the greenhouse. It was so warm in there today with we don't have heat out there. It was 97 degrees in the greenhouse. So it was great because we were able to roll up the sides. The feature of this, one of the big features of this new greenhouse, in addition to it being so big, is that it has the roll-up sides. So we roll those up and connect those with a nice cord. And it's great because then it went down to about 74 degrees, which is great. It was just perfect. And then the last thing, two more things. We have 9 schools participating in our garden support program this year. And that's 9 out of the 15 that we have relationships with, but 9 are receiving plants from us, seedlings and seeds in this semester, and then they'll also receive some in September when school starts again. So we'll be delivering those to those 9 schools next week. And then we have been invited to be a co-host of a national community garden conference. This is really exciting to us that there is something like this for our area of specialty. And this is New York City. It's called the Green Thumb Grow Together Conference. It's put on by New York City Recreation and Parks. And last year was the first year that they invited people from outside of New York. And we were able to attend. I attended last year and got really engaged in it. And as a result, we've been invited to be a co-host and a co-producer of this conference. So we'll be hosting 2 seminars at this conference, which we're really excited about, bringing the great things that we're able to do here in Alpharetta to share with programs like ours that are running across the country, from Honolulu to New York. There'll be people in roles like mine attending this conference. So we're really excited about that.
That's awesome.
Do you have any questions?
I do. What is your plan to share broadcast best practices, for example, the organic matter reading and data? How do you promote it?
Great question. So we have at least 6 classes every month that we offer through our program. So we share that information through there with our local community. And then through our partnership with the University of Georgia Ag Extension, they are the ones that did this test for us, and they came out to the farm. They have held other compost workshops and soil building workshops at Old Rucker. And I think we'll see now with these results, they will do a lot of that broader broadcasting because they support growers all over the state. So they will be talking to people and sharing, hey, Old Rucker Farm in Alpharetta has 20+% organic matter, and this is how they've done it. I think a lot of that will be done by them for us.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
And Amanda, the school program, 9 are engaged now. Is that number maxed out?
No, no, we actually hope to grow that next year, especially now that we have our new greenhouse. We're able to do that.
Awesome.
We were maxed out. We capped it at 9 for this year while we were waiting to get our greenhouse completed.
And who on your team is the contact for that?
Kristen Orr.
Awesome, thanks.
Any other questions? All right, thank you, Amanda. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, great. I think the next one up is Cultural Services Division from Kim.
Hello, good evening. How are you? Wanted to share a few things that have been happening towards the end of last year in November and December, and just give accolades to Rotary of North Fulton. They've taken on a big challenge, and this is their 3rd year they've done this. And these are some of the murals that were accomplished with 6 different high schools participating. So they actually had 15 murals this past year, and we have a total of 28 murals on the Greenway. So if you haven't walked along that way, please do, and they're planning on continuing the project this year. And when you're standing out there, we'll be out there and a runner will go by, and they're like, I know exactly where I am on the Greenway because I see, the fish mural. And it's kind of like mile markers, and so we get a lot of positive feedback. But they really turnkey the whole project. And we even had one of the murals was painted over because it was leaking, the manhole this year. We didn't even know it had happened, and they had already gone back out, the Rotary of North Fulton, and had the artist out and repainted it. So they've been wonderful partners. Oops, skipped. The Spotlight Community Stage opened in December, opened in May, and then through December, these are some numbers. We had 30 total performances and bookings with 4 city performances and 26 rentals. We've been very busy over there. We've had a lot of walk-ins. We've had a lot of community interest. We had 33 rehearsal days. So the reason why that's important is even though we may not have a show, the space is being used for rehearsals. And so it's very active. We've had 3,417 people and attendees on sites for this time frame, and we have 11,000 in revenue and 187 tours during office hours. So I think the community is very interested in this, and so we hope to have a really great year in 2026.
Can I ask you a question? Like, if you wanted to rent the facility, what is the average cost? Is it per a group size, or how does that work?
By the days and the number of hours you use it, it can greatly vary. So
Is there a range?
we have an application that I could share with you,
Okay.
and it can give you an idea. A simple rental, I would say, if you just wanted, like we had a ballet tutu group that came in and did a performance, and that was pretty simple. The rental and along with staff was probably about $800. It wasn't
Okay.
too bad. I think that was for a Sunday.
Okay,
So
thank you.
Matilda's Music at the Spotlight. This is our listening room series. It's brand new. We have 3 dates, February 13th, March 7th, April 25th. With ticket price is $40, and you get catering, you have a meal, there's a cash bar on site, and they have 3 different themes. This Friday is a jazz kind of theme where she's going to talk about the history of jazz. She's going to touch on the legacy of jazz, talk about the people involved, and just kind of do music and flip back and forth. The same for for March 7th is going to be more of a country Nashville night. And if you haven't heard the musicians when they do in the round like this and they're doing a listening room, it's really neat to see how they interact with each other. And our 3rd night will be a Americana Roots night. And we wanted to offer, if you would like to choose one night and come and get a feel for one of the shows, please reach out to myself or Morgan or Sarah, and we can get you tickets for that night. It is an 18 or up show, so we wanted to kind of share that with you too. Black History Month, these are the activities that we had lined up. We try to touch on all ages during the month. We had a concert at the Spotlight last weekend. We have the Bailey Johnson School documentary that we partnered with the Roots Festival in Roswell. They were showing that in the Cultural Arts Center, and we're actually showing it on February 21st at the Arts Center for a matinee. We have our art studio on the Go-Go that will be out and about in the parks and printmaking. We have our music match program where we're even going from the west to the east side of Alpharetta. This is our new guide. Don't you love the turtle?
It's awesome.
We had a lot of fun with that. And we can't take credit. This is an artist that created this. Was one of our gallery shows. We asked permission. We always do. We just thought that would be fun to have. The new guide is out. Please register. We've got some great classes. We've got rock band. We've got classes throughout the entire summer. So please sign up for that. Cultural Arts Master Plan. We have immediate actions. You know, we finished the plan last year, and now we've got to do some things. So our first action is we're doing a 3-series workshop for Alpharetta art leader groups and nonprofits. The link was sent out. I believe that you should have received that on Friday. If you'd like to participate, it's only $10, $10.78. Let me get the amount correct. It's basically you're paying for the meal. We'll have a Chick-fil-A meal there for you. And we'll do managing a board of directors. This is kind of like how to be on a board. The second class is a lot about fundraising, future-proofing your development program. And then the third is about technology, AI, kind of leveraging those tools. And it's a lunch and learn kind of series, about an hour and a half for each series. Wacky World Playground. Well, I know the build out, and Morgan's going to talk about that, so I'm not going to touch on that. But when the build out is finished, we're not finished. We want to paint the mural and have that ready, if we can, before the grand opening. The mural is spec'd out here. It's pretty long. It's a big, excuse me, it's a big mural space. And the themes that we have initiated with artists is playful, nature, and community. So what we're asking for is we'll be bringing some subjects to you. The final mural, we'll kind of bring that in for review and look at it. We'll bring that to the Cultural Arts Commission and take it through the process. But how we're going to do the mural is exactly how Wacky World is being built. It's going to be a community mural. We're going to ask the community to come out and paint. And we do expect a little craziness, but we'll kind of clean up those areas. But we want people to feel like they're participating. So we're going to structure this the same way that they're structuring the build out. Circle of Friends and Repair. We are actually resculpting the upper half, probably from about the neck up, without disturbing the sculpture base. It's needed a little love. It's been there 30 years. It needs some caretaking. Some of the hands we know have fallen off. We've met with the artist and we've gotten a few. This will be the same artist that did this 30 years ago will be out doing this again. So he's still doing work. And we will be doing this hopefully sometime in April is our goal. And we'll be adding diversity, real faces, the faces from our camps. They won't be exact, faces. You won't be able to tell who they are. But we wanted to use our camp, people that participate, the kids that participate in the camps. We're hoping, if we can, to incorporate a dog, possibility, maybe. We're hoping to incorporate, glasses, hearing devices, those kind of things to show diversity through that too. And any questions?
All right. Well, thank you, Kim. I appreciate it. Next up is Recreation Service Division Monthly Report by Ms. Christine. There you go.
Good evening. Good to see you all. It's been a while. And welcome, Percy and Tate. Thank you for being here. It's great that you're on the team now. So I just want to back up a little bit. We're going back to December. We had a very successful season of celebration. I don't know how many of you came to the tree lighting. It was packed, and it was far bigger than it was the year before. We estimated 8,000, but it's probably closer to 10. We're not sure, but it was very, very crowded, very successful. Added some great activities such as a scavenger hunt around the businesses to try to get people into the downtown businesses. And we also added an hour prior to the event starting. We used one of the vacant stores down there to have a special needs hour so that parents could come with their kids and without all the hubbub and all the craziness going on, and they got to do crafts and they got to take pictures with Santa, and that was very successful. We'll definitely continue that practice. We just had on Saturday the Rotary Polar Plunge. Were you there? Did you jump? Who else jumped? Anybody else jump? Was it cold? But I just want to give a shout out to Rotary on that. It's always such a successful event, and every year it gets better. It's fantastic. And this year they raised over almost $224,000 to give back to charities within our community and beyond. So that was a great success. Oh, and you can still donate. Okay, that's good to know. We also, pardon me? Till the end of the week. Till the end of the week, okay. That has been broadcast out, so hopefully people will know that. Also on Saturday was a busy day. Saturday night was the family dance, Arabian Nights. You were there, Miss Carla, because I saw some great pictures. I wish I had some. They just came out this afternoon. They're fantastic. It was decorated beautifully. We had the Cave of Wonders with the big giant lion as you walk through the mouth. It was fabulous. Lindsay and team did a great job over there as usual, but every year we think they're not going to top what they did the year before, and they did it again. So kudos to them. They had over 120 participants and a wide variety of families and dads and daughters and moms and sons. It was a great combination of people. And then today at the AAAC, there was the Valentine Tea. They had their annual Valentine Tea, and they made ceramic plates in the art center that they gave to all the participants. They were just beautiful, beautifully decorated, and that was a nice touch that they did over there. Here in the special event team in my division, we are in the process of hiring a new supervisor. Hillary Liu, after 10 years with the city, has decided to go on and do bigger things in the world. We're sad to see her go, but this is a great opportunity for us to bring someone in and continue all the great things we do with special events. So hopefully by next meeting, I'll be able to introduce that person to you. And we are currently, speaking of special events, in the process of getting Taste of Alpharetta ready to go on May 14th. So we're looking forward to that. Upcoming events, Ambush is going to be doing their annual presentation for you at the next meeting. Just wanted to give you a heads up about that. AYBA's opening day is March 7th at noon at Wills Park. If you're interested in going to see the parade of athletes and the kickoff for that, as well as AYSA, their opening day is February 21st, so theirs is earlier. And so theirs is coming up quickly here. We are in the process, the crazy process of hiring for the summer. So if you have any young people who are looking for summer jobs that you know of, please send them our way. We are hiring for counselors and for lifeguards. Lifeguards, always looking for lifeguards. There's also cashier positions at the pool, and we're always looking for people to work front desk and athletics. So there's always those possibilities out there if people are looking for jobs. And last but not least, the Summer Connect is coming out. That is our summer guide, and it's going to come out the week of February 13th. So next week it'll be out. It'll be online, and then we'll get the hard copies in soon thereafter. Resident registration, you might write this down, resident registration begins February 25th at 8 a.m. And then for open registration, March 11th. And I think you all know how quickly those camps fill up. So those, if you have neighbors, and just remind them that it's going to be happening. We'll be putting out notifications to remind everybody on social media and on the city website. And we are also going to be opening the applications for our day camp or all-day camps. There's a two-step process. You have to fill out the application first, and then you can register. Last year, we opened them early so people could get those done ahead of time, and we're going to be doing that again this year, and that notification will be going out as well. Any questions? All right, thank you.
All right, thank you, Christine. Next up is a Park Services Division excluding Wills Park.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
So over at Innovation, we converted the old outdated hydraulic system, which is about 50 years old or however old, to a modern electrical system, which will allow the system to run much more efficiently. You know, that included all the sod repair that was damaged during the conversion. At North Park, we added 2 additional batting cages between fields 2 and 3. This was a 50-50 split partnered project addition with AYSA, as well as a storage shed renovation that, you know, AYSA also was a 50-50 split. All the other cages, you know, were maintained. We had to, you know, add some additional bracing. Some of the netting was replaced, repaired. Some of the netting was reconfigured. You know, AYSA had requested, you know, just because of the way the balls were exiting the net and things like that. So we reconfigured everything so, you know, it wouldn't hit anybody. Pitching lanes, we renovated the pitching lanes, and basically what we did there is added artificial turf, you know, pitch instances, so, you know, the home place, different home place for the pitching distances for the girls. You know, several trees have been pruned to, you know, prevent walkway and batting cage and field lighting and scoreboard encroachment. Basically, we just pruned everything away from people walking. You know, some of the branches were, you know, filtering the lights at night, things like that. The permitting process to replace the concession stand at the restroom building at 1 through 4 has begun. The tear down should begin sometime this month. Actually, it'll start the 23rd is when they're going to start. And it should be finished by July. Several fallen trees have been removed from Big Creek, you know, along the trail, opened up several dammed up areas that were obstructing water flow, causing creek bank erosion, and also trash from, you know, damming up that people can see from the trail. All the parking lots through Webb Ridge have been repaved, except Phase 3, which was the most recent addition to the park. And basically, you know, our monthly initiatives through all parks are, you know, finish all seasonal projects and be grand open and ready for the spring season programming. Any questions?
Anybody know it? Yesterday, or no, 2 days ago, I drove through Webb Ridge Park, and the paving was awesome. So great job on there.
Yeah, it's a great addition. Thank you.
Yes? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
And now Park Services Division for Wills Park and Equestrian Center.
Good evening, everyone.
Hey.
Welcome. Today, you can let your daughter know that the playground will be up. The yellow slides won't be yellow anymore, but that'll be complete by next week. So they started on that today. Of course, the most beautiful day that we've had in a few months. So I guess there's never a good time. So a few dates coming up. Obviously, the Waukee World Community Build, scheduled for the weeks of March 9th through the 14th and March 23rd through the 25th. So we've been very active in scheduling and planning for that week. As Christine said, opening day for baseball is scheduled for March 7th. We have a new date, actually, with the our contractors that we're working with. February 16th, the dog park will be closed for construction. So they're going to go in, put in all the infrastructure, new fencing. It's really going to be very, much nicer than it is and a lot easier for us to maintain moving forward. Speaking of the bond initiatives, a lot of the site work at Wacky World is coming to grade. They poured the foundation for the restroom, so we're going to go vertical pretty quick. The parking lot was sealed today, so I know we've got some weather coming in tomorrow, but Thursday I think they're planning on paving as well. So that should be done pretty soon. I know trees in that area are going to be planted by the end of February. So that area is going to really start coming together and kind of really see that footprint is pretty awesome. The Equestrian Center, the new entrance has been cut in. A lot of that infrastructure has been set. So they'll start on Arena 3 coming up here in the next week or so. Show season starts up this weekend. So obviously we had a couple of weather events which caused some cancellations, but this will be our first show of the 2026 show season. So that should be pretty interesting to see how all that flows. So it'll be a learning process. Other than that, Wills is just a very busy place, just like Alpharetta. It's awesome. Everything's just kind of being transformed and revitalized, which is really awesome. So with that, any questions?
Matt, what's the progress on the spine?
So once the contractor is finished with the site work at Wacky World, they've done some work for the East Gate and West Gate. And then, so from the site, from Wacky World, they'll move to the dog park, and then they'll work on that east spine and start coming back towards the West Gate.
Awesome. And can you remind me the footprint of, from the east to the west, like where it's passing through the park?
From the West Gate? So if you're coming in West Gate, you will, you'll come through the tennis courts, over the bridge, and then that will take you up towards the Lions Club Pavilion will be on your left, past Wacky World, up to the Walk of Fame, from the Walk of Fame up to the Grove, and then the Grove past the community center, and it'll tie into the Alpha Loop right there at the community center. So,
And then what's the estimated timeline for that?
for all completion,
Yeah,
it's fluid. Obviously,
Fluid.
Yes, with the weather,
Smart.
with the weather and contractor delays and stuff like that. I will tell you that, and I think Morgan will echo this, but the contractor that we're working with is very professional. They do what they say. They're very efficient in their work, which is so refreshing. So, any other questions?
Matt, how many additional parking spaces will we get with the new layout there over by the baseball fields and Wacky?
Ooh, you had to ask me that, John. You know that number right off the top of your head, I believe? 42, 4250. I know for every 9 spaces, you have to have tree well, so there'll be trees within the parking lot.
Just a question, go back to the dog park. Do we have an estimated timeline for what that process is going to look like? And can you just remind me especially what exactly is going on other than drainage around that area?
Okay, so there'll be infrastructure and drainage all throughout the dog park. The fence, which is in tough shape. So that's going to be replaced with a fence that's very comparable to the pool fence, a little bit shorter, but there'll be, instead of 3 runs, there'll be 2 runs. And it'll just be a lot more user-friendly. Because, as you know, if you use that dog park, if it rains,
It's
the
not
mulch,
great.
and then you got to go get back in your car, and then you got to go home or walk home and then wash your dog.
And
So
then you
we're
have
trying
to
to,
go do a bath as soon as you get home.
absolutely. So we're trying to prevent all that, make
Okay.
it a better experience.
And you said shorter fences?
I believe they're 6 feet,
Okay,
6 feet fence.
okay.
So we're
So-
pretty much the same height. as
Okay,
the wood
okay,
fence.
so,
We don't
my-
want them too low.
yeah, that was my question, because my dog is very good at getting over fences.
Gotcha,
So,
gotcha, good to know.
thank you.
Anybody else?
Do you have an update on the disc golf course?
I do. The disc golf staff has actually been working on clearing some underbrush and basically the additional holes that were relocated from the equestrian center. That area is located basically if you were looking behind Amana Academy. So if you come down those stairs, if you're familiar with that on the trail, those holes actually meander through the woods between that and our maintenance operations. So they've been identified. They were clearing them today. Looks really good, and they'll be putting some T-pads probably here within the next week or two.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyone else? All right, thank you.
Yes. Thank y'all.
Now for Director Rogers for his board update.
Good evening.
Good evening.
It's always a pleasure to be here. Welcome to Percy and Tate. Thank y'all for serving our community. I think you're going to enjoy your time on the commission. I'm going to test my electronic savvy here and see if I can't give y'all some some visual representations of some of the things that are going on. And it should just pop up, right? We good? Yeah, what? Mm-hmm. Oh, no. Yep, it is now. So before I get to the slideshow, I do have a couple of notes that I want to follow up with what was said. Having been able to think about it, it's 72 spaces that we're adding to the parking, not 42. So it's a significant number. If you've ever been in Wills Park on a Saturday morning in the spring or the fall, you know those 72 are valuable spaces. So we're excited about that. The other thing that I wanted to mention to kind of wrap things up is when Amanda was talking about the dirt and about how good her dirt is, one of the first things she said to me when we were first talking about the possibility of farm coming, she said, you know, you really have to grow good dirt. And if you grow good dirt, everything will take care of itself. And once again, she was proving herself right. So we spent a lot, I remember, I didn't spend a lot of time. I remember she spent a lot of time growing good dirt out at the farm, and it started to pay off. And I want to go ahead and shame everybody right now into coming to the Spotlight Theater. You've got 3 chances and a free ticket for you and your date to come one of those 3 times. So if you don't come, you don't have any excuses other than you don't want to, okay? Because you got plenty of time to get a babysitter, plan around. You got 3 opportunities, and it's free. And so I really think if you'll come, you'll have, if you haven't been to the Spotlight Theater, you're going to have a whole different idea of what the Spotlight at the mall is, rather than just thinking what the Spotlight at the mall would be, because it's going to surprise you. So I hope you'll take advantage of one of those 3 nights. And so and the other thing I wanted to mention was talking about, Christine talked about a minute about needing employees and for the summer. And I would tell you, and you need to tell your family and any of your friends, there is not a better place for kids that are teenagers in high school to work than it is for us. They're going to get, it's a good place to work. They're going to get good training. Christine and Kim do a good job training the staff, preparing them, and they're going to learn lessons and make friendships. They're going to last forever. I remember last year, or was it the year before, we had 2 kids from, I think it was Milton High School, that they came together. They didn't know each other. They found out they were going to the same school in North Carolina, University of North Carolina. They became roommates and are now lifelong friends. So that's the kind of camaraderie that we have. It was in the lifeguards. So encourage anybody that you know that's 16 and over to come over and try to get a job with us this summer. That was my question. Age is 16 and up. Mm-hmm. Okay, so now we'll get to the slideshow. So I've got visual representations of some of the things that are going on right now. This is the Encore Greenway Gateway Encore Park. If you're on Encore Bridge and you've just left West Side, you come over and you're coming up on North Point Drive. The car wash is to the right. The new park entrance is to the left. So this is, as you can see, I'm standing with my back to North Point Road, North Point Parkway, and the car wash entrance is right here to the right. I took this picture. You can see it's a significant drop-off. So what this part's going to do is put a grand entrance there to the greenway, and you're going to have a U-shaped walk that you're going to overview the greenway and Big Creek, as well as a boardwalk that's going to go and take you all the way down to the greenway, what we call the four-way stop at the greenway. So this is an exciting project. It was a little slow out to get it going, but now they have found they've got their stride, and we hope to have this done either fourth quarter of this year or first quarter of next year. So to have a couple of pictures of that, just a couple of views. So those helical piers that everything going to be built on that, those right there are 18 and 19 feet out of the ground. So it is going to be a significant overlook. It's really going to be a cool look when you see it. This is, again, further down the road on North Point. You mentioned Webb Bridge and the parking. It's hard to get a good picture of good parking lots after you've had it asphalt down and put striping. So this is a good I could do. One of the things that I have to look because I forget names, and she's gone, Kim. Kim said whenever she came and took on the cultural arts role, she said she wanted to integrate art into everything we do. She just didn't want to offer art programs. She wanted to integrate. And this is how we're going to integrate it. This, the sculpture on the right used to be right here outside the parking deck, and nobody probably noticed it because it was up against the parking lot. You were busy trying to get 2 cars into space that was meant for a car and a half going in there. And so nobody really noticed it. So we put it out there, and everybody noticed it. But what I noticed in that picture is the nice, crisp black asphalt and the nice new lines. That was desperately needed at Webb Bridge, and we were able to do the entire park, all the parking lots, including the maintenance shop. So that was a big deal for us. The next thing that we're going to do at Webb Bridge is redo the trail system. There's about 1.25 mile trail system at Webb Bridge. Probably the best kept secret in Alpharetta is the trail system at Webb Bridge. It's really nice. It has a few hills. It goes by all of the active places. But what's happened over the years is we've continued to put what we call crush and run on the top and smooth it out. So what's happened is number one, the bridge, you can see over here to the left, if I can do this right. Well, over to the left, that used to be a ditch that was about 4 feet deep, and now it's filled in. So all of the water's coming down the trail. We tried stones, we tried boards in it, and so now we're going to fix it. We're fixing all the drainage, and we're going to narrow it down to a 12-foot wide trail, which is supposed to be. The other issue is over here on the right is where we got trail creep, where you put that surface down, it just keeps creeping into the woods. So it's going to be significantly better. And then also, if you notice, what happens is because we have so much water coming down the trail, it takes all of the good stuff you're supposed to be walking on out, and it leaves those rocks. And those, if you're wearing a nice pair of walking shoes, you can feel those stones under you because it's supposed to be smooth. So that's the next big project is that we've got underway, and it's supposed to start at the end of this month, in the next week or so. And it's going to be the entire trail, but only parts of it will be closed off.
So what will you lay over that then?
We're going to have the same surface.
Same
It'll be a
surface.
soft surface.
Okay.
But it'll stay there. It'll get compacted to a certain level, and it'll stay there because we'll have the edges on the end, and it won't. And we're going to take care of the drainage. We're going to redo the ditches on the side and put the pipes in where we need it so that we keep the water off the trail. Because the water's going to go down the hill, and if we make it easier to go down the ditch than the trail, that's where it'll go. So that's what we're going to do. Matt was talking about the Equestrian Center, a big project over there. This is one of 2 large stormwater ponds that we have to build. If that was just right, we're actually looking at where a couple of disc golf holes were before that we had to eliminate. And then this is the second one that they're building. So a lot of stormwater, because all of the stormwater from Highway 9, where the Waffle House and all those places is, comes to right here. So we're gonna capture it, slow it down before we send it on downstream and get rid of most of the erosion in the equestrian center. And Matt talked about the road that we're gonna cut in. This picture, as you can tell when I slide it, you can tell I was actually in a moved vehicle, so I probably shouldn't tell you that. But I snapped that out the right side. Behind me is Wills Lane, so it's going to line up with Wills Lane. That's going to be new entrance into the equestrian center. That'll go back behind the barn, so that when we have a horse show, we're going to close down the first entrance. Everybody goes in right now because that goes right into the arenas. And the horses and all of the people coming in will be able to go in and out and have their own entrance and won't be in competition with the horses. So that's a big part, as well as the renovation of the last two of the arenas. This is the yellow playground, minus all the yellow stuff. That's the shape it is in right there today. And just so you know, that's what's coming. So it's still going to be, I still think it's going to be called the yellow playground by most kids. We're going to be, this one is obviously a lot smaller than Wacky World, so it's going to go pretty quickly. We're hoping to have that up and running pretty soon, but I would remind anybody that has kids that live in the area, there's a third playground in Wills Park, the purple playground. It's just a little bit of a walk, and it's usually, and it's designed for the more 6 to 12. It was a Kings Ridge playground back in the day. That's why we call it purple, because it was a purple playground. Now we're looking at Wacky World, some actual pictures taken just this afternoon. The timestamp says 3:12 this afternoon. So you can start seeing this little curvy thing that looks like almost like a snake here to the right. That's the curve that's going to go all the way around Wacky World, and that's where the poured service will be poured up to. So that'll be the height of it. But this is, if you look at this, it kind of gives you the size of Wacky World. Much bigger than the old Wacky World. The gentleman that runs the superintendent on the site, he says it's about the size of an arena football league field. That's the size. It's huge. It's going to be a lot of fun. This is the picture of the Wacky World. So if you can look at these pictures, then you can start seeing where the curves are, where the curves are. So this is a shot of the actual playground that's coming. We're going to start building that on March the 9th. If you haven't already signed up, sign up. We need you to come out and help us build it. You can do it. We have 9 days you got to choose from. You can choose morning, afternoon, or evening. We'll feed you if you come. We've already got all the food, lunches, and dinners for those for 125 people lined up. The community has just come out. I mean, it's just amazing what's happening with Wacky World right now. Home Depot has stepped up in a major way. Everybody knows Jackson Healthcare is the name sponsor. We got Evans Construction that's given a large cash donation. But what's really fun is to see these small restaurants like Sid's Pizza right across, in front of where, right back here. Y'all know where Sid's is. Sid's is going to do a night of pizza. So just because it's the right thing to do. So we're having a lot of those come up. Fuel Coffee is providing coffee every morning. So we will give a full report when this is over all of the sponsors that we've had. This is the stormwater for Wacky World in this part of the park. That's the seating. Before I jump back. This is the wall. Sorry, guys. See, I'm electronically challenged, I know. If you can see, that's the wall that behind those two pieces of equipment that Kim was talking about putting the mural in. That's where the mural is going to go. It is going to be a very large mural. That's probably 60 feet of mural that's going to go in there. So it's really going to pop for the playground. This is the stormwater feature. The curve to the right is going to be a seating wall. So when they finish, you'll be able to walk up there, sit down, and everything to the left that you see dirt now will be planted with plants because it has to be 100% covered for it to be a stormwater feature. So it's going to be absolutely gorgeous when they finish. This is the restroom. Remember, there were 6 toilets in the old Wacky World. As you can see, there's a few more in this one. So I'm really excited about that. It's the size of a small house, to be honest with you. They are going to start building pretty soon. And you can see that piece in the middle that's going to show you what the peak's going to look like. So it's going to be a nice looking building to keep up with Wacky World. And they were paving the road, the parking lot that Matt was talking about, the 72 spaces today. As he said, they're going to start planting trees in the very near future as well. That's what the east gate's going to look like. This is exciting because if you see the lady, the shadow with the stroller, to the left is the Alpha Loop. That's what they're doing right now. So what the building that's going on at the corner of Roswell and Old Mill is the Alpha Loop project. It is not the Wills Park project. So when they finish up, we're going to come in pretty soon after that and build that. So you can see when you go by there, right now, as you can see, is that if that lady in the stroller kept walking around, she'd be walking on the sidewalk. And then that plaza where the archway is going to be is what we're going to build. And you can see the circle of friends in the back. So we think this is going to be a gathering spot where people are going to say, well, meet me at the east gate or the west gate. And the west gate's going to look very similar to this at the corner of Wills and Old Milton. So we're really excited about that. Amanda, I don't think I mentioned the greenhouse. Did you mention the greenhouse? You did? Okay. I must have been making the note about the good dirt when you were talking about the greenhouse. But that's a picture of the greenhouse. This project was a long time coming. A lot of sponsorship in this particular greenway as well. ABA was a big sponsor of it. I'm sure there's others. But it is now functional, and this is what it looks like on the inside. We caught it just right time with the lighting of the sunset, but it was right before one of the classes out there. So we're really excited about the greenhouse and what that's going to allow us to do. So I ask you, end on a fun note, what do you think this is? Anybody got a shot, an idea? It is within one of our parks, I'll tell you. Yeah, it's a circuit board. I'll give you it's a circuit board. That's a scoreboard. Good part. Do you see what's wrong with this picture? That's close. It's not a lizard. It's a squirrel. It's a squirrel. Squirrels, we found out, over the winter has taken residence in the scoreboard at Field 5 at North Park, Field 5 at North Park, and eaten all of the connections. So it doesn't work. So because of this little squirrel, we have to put a new scoreboard in to the tune of about $6,000. So those are just things that happen. You can't make this stuff up. And it's funny because whoever took the picture didn't mean to catch the squirrels. The story is it scared the person taking the camera probably as much as it did the squirrel. But he happened to get him when he took the picture because he folded it back just to take a picture of the innards, how bad it was, and caught the squirrel and basically chasing him out of his house. So, all right. So I'll be glad to answer any questions that you may have. This is exciting times. The end of this year, things will be a lot different. A lot's going to change in the next year. It's going to be an exciting time. And I'll be glad to answer any questions that you may have.
Morgan, I have one question. At one time at the Equestrian Center, there was talk about redoing the stables.
The barn.
And I know it got pushed back because of drainage problems and stuff there. Is there any indication if that will ever happen or what?
Yeah, I think it will. So it got pushed back because we ran out of money. I mean, and mainly because of stormwater, we ran out of money at the Equestrian Center. So it was pushed back with the foundation, the Equestrian Foundation, understanding that. And they said, well, let's just push it. And then once this project is over, we will continue to fundraise and refinish the barns as we can. So they have taken on that responsibility when this project is done. They've already done some work to some of the stables in the back, barns in the back to make them look better, but They have taken on that responsibility, but it's not part of this project now. So this project's going to give us the entrance, the two new arenas, as well as new RV hookups, and basically a new flow through the whole equestrian center to make it more user and horse friendly.
Morgan, how are we looking on volunteer signups for the Wacky World Community Build and
On what?
on the Wacky World Community Build? How are we looking on volunteer signups? And we can do skilled and unskilled. We're accepting everybody, right?
Right. You're right. We need skilled workers and unskilled workers. And the skilled worker means that you know how to use a saw, you know how to use a drill, you know how to use an impact driver. You know the difference between a drill and an impact driver. You're probably skilled, okay? So we are going to, as people come up, this is what the Play by Design folks will do. They will talk to the folks that think they're skilled, make sure that they are skilled. They'll be put in one group, and then they'll be split up, and then each of those folks will get 2 or 3 unskilled workers assigned to them with a list of tasks that they will do as a group. So we need 80 people per shift for those 9 days. So if you do 8 times 3, that's 270. We have 270 spaces per day. So we need both skilled and unskilled workers to come. So they have to be over 21. That's the Play by Design rules. They have to be over 21 to come on site. Did that answer your question? Okay, all right. So yeah, I encourage you, we've got the link, we've sent the link out. You should have gotten that. Please feel free to forward that to your church group, your small group, anybody, your school group, anybody that you have that would be interested in working on a legacy project. And if you can think back, if you've lived in Alpharetta as long as Tate said he's lived, he knows that he's talked to people who brag about how they helped build the first Wacky World with great pride. They just talk about that. So here's an opportunity for a legacy project for people to get involved with. But we've been to now very pleased with the response that we're having, but we still need a lot of heads come out.
Thank you.
All right.
Any other questions?
Morgan, I have, regarding the staffing for the summer, do you all accept college kids as well, or mainly high school?
For summer jobs?
For summer
Oh, yeah, we love college kids. Okay. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, I would encourage them. Given the choice, we always like folks a little bit older. We need a mixture of that. Ideally, you have a group of like juniors and seniors in college, and a group of freshmen, college, and then some high school kids, so that every year they're flowing up and filling in down here with the freshmen and the sophomores. So,
where do they apply?
they can apply online. Just go to, if you go to the city website, and it's got job opportunities. We've got all of them, whether park camp directors, camp counselors, lifeguards, all of our summer jobs are listed there. Encourage you to sign up that way. Yeah. And we just need, we need more people. We've been very successful in the past in filling those jobs, but, we can never have enough lifeguards, because most people don't realize we're operating two pools. You have the competition pool and you have the leisure pool, and you kind of have to treat them as separate entities. So whatever you think you have to have twice as many as you think you would have to have. So, and we can help if they're not certified. We can help them get certified. We can put them on the path to get certified.
Thank you. Any more questions for Mr. Rogers?
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next up on the agenda is Recreation Board reports. Does any board member have any item to report?
I did want to, we talked about the Wacky World build, and I wanted to kind of give a shout out to staff. I've been able to get like a behind the scenes peek at it, and this build is going to be awesome. It's going to be a lot of fun, and that's in no small part to the lift that staff has been doing on it. And I'm sure a lot of the work they've been doing is not part of their job description, or at least at the point it wasn't. So I just wanted to give kind of a special shout out because it's going to be really great, and I know starts before our next meeting, I guess. So I wanted to be sure. I'm really excited to see how it plays out, and encourage our board and anybody else to get out there and swing a hammer or serve some food or whatever you can do.
Awesome. Anyone else have any reports? All right, I have a couple items. Back in November, we had talked about association liaisons, and then we had talked about assigning, or not signing, but asking folks who wanted to have someone to be assigned to. And at the time, for the AYBA, it was Cameron. For NAFL, we had pre-selected you, knowing that you might be an option and you care about NAFL. AOISA was Cheryl. Miracle League was John. And then Ambush was Brad. I reached out to Tate a few minutes prior to this meeting, asked him if he was interested. He said yes. So what does that mean? It means that myself, Christine, Morgan, and the liaison will meet to talk about the organization. And then the ask is that you guys go maybe once a quarter to a board meeting of theirs and maybe send an email report back on what you hear. But a very first board meeting that you go to, I believe Morgan volunteered that he will go with you to that board meeting so you're not by yourself. This is just preliminary. It's just simply an idea of what we're trying to do. Are there any questions on that one? Okay. And then the second topic is work sessions for the year. I'm sorry, go ahead.
So that I probably have to take the scroll down. So it'll either be, if the liaison wants to go to the board meeting, we'd like for either me or Christine to go with you, because they'll be asking questions that they think they should ask you when they really should be asking staff. So we don't put you in a position where you can't answer the question. So it'd be better if we went with you, so that if that happens, we can help answer the question and keep everybody on the right path, because they'll just, they're volunteer groups, and they're all hardworking, but I don't want to put anybody on the spot, so that's why it would just be better if we could do that.
Cool. Thank you.
Right.
Morgan, real quick, who do we find out the contact at the, like I'm Miracle League type thing?
Christine.
Christine would have the contact
Yeah,
information and
yeah,
stuff?
Absolutely.
We'll all meet together, the four of us first, so that you have an idea, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
Sound good? All right, and the next topic was to discuss work sessions for the upcoming year. I've been told that staff doesn't have as many topics in front of them that they want to present, so there might be fewer meetings, but we do want to have work sessions if we have a topic we want discussed, or say we have a vote on a topic for like the following board meeting to have a session to discuss. So there might be fewer, but just keep in mind, we may not have it every month as we've had it in the past year. Sarah, did I cover it correctly? All right. That's it. Correct. Okay. Public comment. Anyone have any public comment? No? Okay, I saw you back. I wasn't sure. All right. Then I will ask for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Okay. Board Member Beach. Do we have a second?
Everybody wants to stay.
I will second.
Board Member Klein. All right. It's been moved by Board Member Beach and seconded by Board Member Klein that we adjourn the meeting at 6:38 p.m. I will now call for a vote. And the motion passes 7-0.
You got to come to Kingsridge.
Thank you very much, y'all.